Okay, so this is some help for getting started with the Tri-Square Tote Bag. So what you want to do is chain cast on 4 pegs. You start with a slip knot, and we're just going to cast on 4 pegs. And I just like to do it with my hands. Just pull it through. One thing you'll want to remember about doing this bag, depending on your yarn, you'll just want to be very, very careful about doing it too tightly. You want to be kind of loose with your tension. Oh, oops. Okay, yes. Just put that last loop on the peg, on the last peg, sorry. I'm doing it backwards, so sorry about that. Okay, so there's the 4 pegs with the chain cast on. Then what you'll do is you slip the first peg, which means you just skip it, and then we're going to purl 3. Okay, and then you slip the first peg again, so we just go behind it, and we're going to knit 3. Okay, so now that brings us to row 3. On row 3, we want to slip 1, purl 1, yarn over, then purl 2. So we're going to make an increase. So that where the yarn over is, that's where we're making an increase. So what we want to do is, well, what I like to do is I like to move over the least amount of pegs. So I move over the first stitch, which is slipped. Then I'm going to move this one over, which is going to be purled. Sometimes it's easier, like depending on your yarn, to purl it and then move it over, because it just gives you a little more, less tension in the yarn. Excuse me. And then that gives us that empty peg where we want to do the yarn over. So this is how we do the increase. So we'll be increasing to using 5 pegs now. So to yarn over, you just float the yarn in front of the empty peg. That's it. You just make sure that it's floating in front, and you don't want to pull it tight. And then you purl 2. So as we finish this row, you can see that where we floated the yarn over, it now has yarn in front of the peg that we can work like a regular stitch. So now we've increased from 4 pegs to 5. So on the next row, we have another yarn over. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to slip 1. So I like to just move that over. Again, keeping your tension loose really helps with this. And then we knit 1. So I'll show you kind of what a lot of people like to do is they like to knit 1 and then move it over, just because that helps with the tension a little more. Okay, and then we have the yarn over. So again, we have that empty peg now, which is where we're making our increase. We just simply float the yarn in front of it. Then we can knit the rest of the row. And see, as we float the yarn in front, it puts a stitch around that, or basically puts yarn across the peg so that next time we'll be able to purl it or treat it as just a regular stitch. So you just continue that by moving the 2 stitches out on either side each row as you go, and you just follow along with each stitch, increasing every row. I hope that helps.